Hello, this is Ken Barron. I'm with the National Association of Black and White Men Together. And today I want to talk about college and debt. So a decade ago, Americans were feeling pretty positive about higher education. Public opinion polls in the early 2010s all told the same story. Graduates with a degree earn more than those with just a high school diploma. And Black graduates gained even more than others. College seemed like a reliable runway to a life of comfort and affluence. Now, Americans feeling about higher education have turned sharply negative. The percentage of young adults who said that a college degree is very important fell to 41% from 74%. Amongst young Americans in Gen Z, 45% say that the high school diploma is all you need today to ensure financial security. Outside the USA, meanwhile, higher education is more popular than ever. In Britain, the number of current undergraduates have risen since 2016 by 12%. Over the same period, the American figure fell by 8%. Why? What changed in the last decade to make a college education and higher education as an institution so unappealing to so many Americans? In Canada and Japan, public university tuition is now about $5,000 a year. In Italy, Spain, and Israel, it's about $2,000. In France, Denmark, and Germany, it's essentially zero. A few decades ago, the same thing was true in the United States. Government funding covered much of the cost of public college. Now, if we look at the quote, college wealth premium, which looks at all of your assets and all of your debts, what you've got in the bank, whether you own a house, your student loan balance, and other things. It addresses a simple but important question. How much net wealth does a typical college graduate accumulate over their lifespan, compared with that of a typical high school graduate? When you analyze the data through the lens of wealth as opposed to income, the benefits of a college degree began to evaporate. Researchers looked at the wealth premium and a different picture emerged. Older white college graduates, those born before 1980, were a lot wealthier than their white peers who only had a high school degree. On average, they had accumulated 2 or 3 times as much wealth as high school grads of the same race and generation. But younger white college graduates, those born in the 1980s, for example, had only a bit more wealth than white high school graduates born in the same decade. And that small advantage was projected to remain small throughout their lives. The data for Black families showed the same pattern, but with even more pronounced downturn. Black college graduates born after 1980 were experiencing almost no wealth premium at all. In fact, the researchers found that the wealth premium for Black grads disappeared even earlier than it did for white grads. Likewise, Latino families followed a similar pattern. These results suggest that college and postgraduate education may be failing some recent graduates as a financial investment. The likely culprit is the rising expense of college and student debt that often goes along with it. Carrying debt obviously diminishes your net wealth through simple subtraction, but it can also prevent you from taking important wealth generating steps as a young adult, like buying a house or starting a small business. A few decades ago, tuition costs were manageable for many Americans, but since 1992, the sticker price has almost doubled for 4-year private colleges and more than doubled for 4-year public colleges, even after adjusting for inflation. Today, the average cost of attending a public institution is about $19,000. Among student borrowers who opened their loans between 2010 and 2019, more than half now owe more than what they originally borrowed. Higher education no longer represents a safe, reliable investment, like buying a treasury bill, for example. It's now more like going to a casino. It's a gamble that can sometimes produce a big windfall, but it also can bring financial disaster. If your tuition is free and you can be absolutely certain that you're going to graduate within 6 years, and then you enter college with 95% chance that your gamble is going to pay off, meaning that your lifetime income is greater than that of a typical high school graduate. There's also the impact of the student major. If you choose a business or STEM degree, science, technology, engineering, and math, your chance of winning the college bet is high. But if you're majoring in anything else, your odds turn negative. Looking at the politics, Republicans say that college has a negative effect on the country and rose to 58% from 37% just 2 years ago. Meanwhile, between 2015 and 2017, we guess the answer generally had to do with ideology. Meanwhile, the response of Democrats held steady. Democrats have become the party of the college educated. Republicans have grown more skeptical that colleges are environments where either their ideas of or the ideas of the children are welcome. Also, the college casino is not entirely a game of chance. Your odds of coming out ahead depends largely on who your parents are. In other words, it's not entirely a game of chance. Your odds of coming out ahead depend largely on who your parents are. Students at non-affluent institutions are more likely to be rural, Black or Latino, working class or low income, or all of the above. They are less likely to graduate and more likely to incur debt they can't pay back. For them, a large majority of American college students, the risk they face when they walk into the, quote, casino are considerably higher. The fastest growing jobs available to those with only a high school diploma, meanwhile, are mostly low-wage service jobs. There is a larger cost, in fact, when millions of students fail. The price to the American economy of the millions of missing college grads are projected to cost $1.2 trillion in lost economic output by the end of the decade. That is one cost we are likely to bear together, winners and losers alike. Thank you for listening. This is Ken Barron with the National Association of Black and White Men Together. By the way, if you want to catch up with us at our family reunion, that's our basically our convention in 2024, then you'll be going to Albuquerque. For more details, please visit nabwmt.org. And likewise, please like us or comment or go to our sites on social media. Again, thank you so much for listening.